Okay, hopefully you recognise that. That is my dearest friend, Devendra Banhart. Wonderful song by a wonderful musician. Now, I've taken this from one of his live performances, and I noticed he, for instance, let me just explain what he's doing. So he starts with a D, and he goes into a B minor 7, and an F sharp minor 7. But if you watch the video, if you're a fan, you'll see that he actually plays his minor 7s like this. I can't do it on this guitar because the neck's too wide. Right, and I'm going to put that third finger in there because I'm going to strum through, okay? But when you play it like that, let's say that's the thumb, that would normally be muted, you see. And what we're going to do is we're not going to be too precious about the string order for the first section. So we've got the first section with the D, the B minor 7, and the F sharp minor 7. And what he tends to do is just keeps the thumb going and then just hits random strings at different points. In the record itself, it's never the same, and when you watch him playing it live, he just does what he wants, you know. So, but with that in mind, we're going to start with the D chord. Okay, so this is the first section. We start with the D chord, first finger on the second fret of the third string, second finger on the second fret of the first string, and your third finger on the third fret of the second string. Now, so what we do is we're going to play the open D, and then using the back of the index nail, it's going to strum through. So we hit the D with the thumb, the 4th string. Now we're going to go on the beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4 with the thumb, and then in between the beats on the off beat, we just do an index finger on, you know, third string, second string, first string. You choose. So watch. Here's the. Now just play the second string there. So a bit off this. Try again. So. Okay. Same sort of principle as we move to the B minor 7. So that's a bar on the 7. Third finger on the 9 of the 5th string. You don't have to do that if you don't wish, but because you are going to strum through it, you'll either miss the strings or it'll sound a bit off with that E in there, so it sounds better there. Like I say, his are played. That's all you really hear from his. But we're going to play like this, alright? So similar when we get to the B7, minor 7, sorry, we're going to hit the B, strum through, and then just keep it on the beat, 3, 4, and just sort of strum up. We're going to not be precious about which string, just hit a couple, hit 2, hit 3, hit 1, up to you. Do it different each time. That's what he does, okay? And then, so let's put those two bits together. Okay, see what I mean? So it sounds fine no matter what you do, as long as you've got the chord on. You just do different things. And the final part, what we're going to do is we're going to slide that B down to the F sharp into the chord, right? So it's whoops. Same principle. Just keep the thumb going on the pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then back to the D. So this is our first section. So we have the D chord, B minor 7, slide to the F sharp. 1, 2, 3, comes into the second section. Okay, so like I said, just to recap on that first section, we hit a bass on each of the chords. We hit a bass, and we, the lowest point in the chord we hit. strum with the back of the nail, then keep the bass going on the beat, and then an index wherever we want on the chord, on the offbeat, on the and. Okay, so have a look. So it's a thumb, a strum, bass, index in between, slide back, thumb, strum, thumb. See, just do whatever you want in between. One last time, just so that there. Okay. Second section. So you will know the first section is quite sad, and then the second section is more uplifting. So we're going to the double thumb technique. So it's very hot here today in España, and my instruments refuse to stay in tune. Right, that'll do. So we're doing the alternating thumb technique. Our chord shapes are the D. What's this one again? D sus4, D9, D9 sus4. Answers on a postcard. We'll just call it a D. It's a C form, but it's a D. And then we'll go to an E minor 7 form, but we don't actually play the E. We just play the B, so E minor 7 / B. There's also an A and a G, 6 in there. Okay. So I'll explain those when we come to them. So the first chord that we're looking for is the C form, but we're going to have our first finger on the D, on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, second finger on the F sharp, the 4th fret of the 4th string, and your 3rd finger on the D, 5th fret of the 5th string. Now, so your thumb is going to be going between the 5 and the 4, index on the 3, middle on the 2, ring on the 1. Now let me show you a sequence very slowly. So the thumb alternates, remember, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or do we count there? 1, and 2, and 4. 1, and 2. I'll just count in the 8th. That's for now. It's fine. So the order is thumb on the 5. Then we're going to go 4, 3, 2. 5, 3, 4, 1, 5, 3, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4. Now that's a lot to remember, so let's break it right down very slowly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 3, 4, 1. Think of that as the first half, and then we're going to go, because the rest is all very similar, right? When we change the chords. So then it's 5, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. You can add another 2 in as well if you wish. But so it's all together. Let me break it down very slowly for you again. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 3, 4, 1, 5, 3, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4. Now we're switching, we're going to do the exact same string order, okay? So you will get used to it. So we have an E minor 7 here with the 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th, and your 4th finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd. You can play it with 1, 2, and 3 if you wish, but I think it's more comfortable to do that. And remember, always get close to the fret. And it's exact same string order as before. 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 3, 4. 5, 3, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4. So it's just the same as before. Different chord, obviously. And then we go back to the D chord. So we do that part twice. We go D to the E minor 7, and D to the E minor 7 / B. Then we go to an A to an E minor / B, and back to an A and a G. That's the lot, but I'll break it down for you as we get to it. So just to go back, we're going to try this sequence: the D, to the E minor 7, back to the D, to the E minor 7. Okay. So just so I can call out the chords for you, perhaps you can do it in real time. So 5, 3, 4, 1, 5, 3, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Now from here we're going to drop into an A, so all I do is I pull my fourth finger back fret to the second fret, and I drop my third and second finger to the fourth and third string, and it's the same finger order again. Alright, so I'll just call it again so you can see on the A. 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 3, 4, 2, sorry, 1, 5, 3, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4. Okay, and we're going to do the same on the E minor. So here, lift off your fourth finger, just raise them back to fifth and fourth strings. Same string order. 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 3, 4, 1, 5, 3, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4. And we'll go back to the A. Same order. 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 3, 4, 1, 5, 3, 4, 2, 5, 3, 2, 4. And on the G, the only difference is now the alternation goes between the 6 and the 4, but it is essentially the same order, just the 6 instead of the 5 now. So for the G6 though, we're going to put our second finger on the G, third fret of the 6th string, third finger on the D, third fret, second string, and have that open E there. And like I said, we're going to do this basic same alternation except 6 instead of a 5 now. So it's 6, 4, 3, 2, 6, 3, 4, 1, 6, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, and it ends there on a strong D. Okay, let me just play that section through again so you can hear it. Something like that. So that's your two sections. So it starts. Does that for a while until you finish singing, then bring the next bit in. And that's about it. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. Hope you get something from it. Feel free to like and comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.